On March 26, 2021, at an airport in California, chaos erupted in an instant. A large truck suddenly veered onto the runway for unknown reasons, just as a fully loaded passenger plane was accelerating for takeoff. The captain had no time to react. The aircraft slammed directly into the truck, tearing it apart on impact. The plane itself suffered severe damage. Explosions rippled through the fuselage, and flames burst out, turning the runway into a scene of disaster. In the midst of the chaos, the captain instinctively pulled the nose up to its limit, trying to get the aircraft off the ground. Somehow, the plane lifted, but the situation was already spinning out of control. He immediately called for support, and several fighter jets raced toward the scene, ready to assist. But the passenger plane had already climbed thousands of meters, and the captain knew he was on his own. With the autopilot engaged, he gripped the control stick with all his strength, fighting to keep the aircraft steady. Beside him, the co-pilot frantically contacted the control center, reporting the extent of the damage and the aircraft's trajectory. Yet the situation grew worse by the second. The plane had begun to lose altitude, and the captain felt it sinking steadily toward the ground. He tried repeatedly to gain speed and lift, but with an engine blown out and the fuselage losing power, the aircraft simply couldn't climb. As the ocean and coastline grew closer beneath them, the captain's expression darkened. Returning to the airport was no longer an option. In the cabin behind him, the passengers could feel the danger closing in. They clung to their seats, trembling, their cries echoing through the narrow aisle. Panic spread like wildfire. The captain understood that disaster was almost certain, but he refused to give up. He made every possible attempt to regain control, pushing the aircraft to rise just a little more, but nothing worked. The plane continued its slow descent, the sea now directly ahead. In the final moments, just as hopelessness threatened to take over, the aircraft descended onto a stretch of beach. It hit hard, skidding across the sand, but miraculously, there was no secondary explosion. The flames did not reignite. One by one, the passengers scrambled out, shaken but alive. Stay tuned for the next episode.